Hi guys, happy Monday. Yes, I'm very sick, so it's gonna be really quick. But, so yeah, we're just going straight into traditional witchcraft, traditional American folkloric witchcraft for right now. So this is just more really nice articles that we can go through, and it's really nice. So, alright, this one is the Stone Bowl, and I really like this is because it is very traditional, and within traditional witchcraft. It's very common within a lot of different traditions of witchcraft. So, alright, now in our tradition, though, the summer solstice is associated with the castle of stone, the king of which is the oak king Cernunnos, and the treasure of which is the stone bowl. So the stone bowl is a very real working tool in this tradition, and one of the first tools which procures. So, what is a stone bowl? Well, I can think of some couple things. So within this tradition of craft, we recognize the demand for energy exchange when we are working magic. So this exchange or sacrifice happens whether we are aware of it or not. It varies beyond our understanding, as sometimes a small charm can require a great sacrifice, whereas a huge spellworking may not require any exchange at all. So it is because of this element of change that we choose to be aware and actively involved in this sacrifice whenever we perform magic. So furthermore, we understand that every act of magic, whether selfless or selfish, which I do think that it should be used for the self, requires this sacrifice, and we perform this divination prior to any spell. So that's the same with me. I perform divination before any spell work. Usually, for myself, no. For clients, yes, definitely. So, alright. Where did I go? Okay, so wait, did I already read that? I already read that for you guys. Alright, so the three stones, which will be shown, we'll go into that below, so are cast into a shallow dish, bearing the markings shown above. And I'll show you guys this in a minute. I'll actually have this on the thumbnail for you guys, because this is pretty, it's really nice, it's really interesting, so I'll definitely do that. So, the three stones are cast into a shallow dish, bearing the markings shown above. These markings form a central glyph, representing both the laying of the compass and the wheel of the year. So it is divided into quadrants, each with a circular symbol that represents the solar holidays and the four castles. So in the center is the design of the triskel, representing the spiral castle, the axis on which the compass turns. I don't know if I can show that. I don't know if that'll work, but that's what it looks like right there. Those symbols. There you guys have a pretty good understanding of those symbols now. So hopefully. So, no, where did I go? Okay, so the three stones are one of white, one of black, and one of red, and may be found naturally in these colors, or maybe ordinary river pebbles painted the appropriate color. I find so many river stones in my driveway. It's amazing. River stones, hag stones, god stones, everywhere. I don't know where they come from. They just happen to pop up. So, alright. But yeah, painting them the appropriate colors, I love to do that. I love to paint rocks, I don't know why. So the three stones represents the white and the black goddess and Tubal-Cain. The red stone, or the Tubal-Cain stone, is the indicator stone when casting into the bowl. Whoa. Okay, I didn't know my iPad could do that. No. To actually use the stone bowl. So cast all three of the stones into the bowl. Whichever stone the red stone is closest to indicates to which goddess the sacrifice will be made. This will flavor the nature of the sacrifice. Not like the animal or anything like that, no. So the distance between the black and white stones indicate the time and or severity of the sacrifice to be made. So now we have types of sacrifices that can be made. I really like this, so I'm actually going to do this. As soon as I get better from all this shit, I'm going to make this bowl because it's really, really neat. It's really neat. So, now, the glass castle, the light blue circle, fasting discomfort. Examples: performing a no-kill fast, sleeping on the floor, walking somewhere outdoors barefoot, etc. So grounding. Okay, the stone castle, the green crossed circle, money, material examples would be giving a personal item to someone, donating money to a charity, volunteering on a project without compensation, etc. Castle Perleus, the red halved circle, blood pain. Examples would be shedding of own blood with intent, running an endurance race, lifting heavy weights, or submitting to flogging, etc. Don't do any of this. No, don't do any of this. So, those are just examples. Castle Revelry, the golden circle with a central point. So abstinence, examples, abstaining from sexual stimulation for a period of time, giving up smoking. I don't know if I want to make this bowl. Alcohol, caffeine, sugar, or another addiction for a period of time, etc. Alright, now the spiral castle, the silver triskel. No sacrifice is necessary. Alright, now we have some examples which are really neat here about the different stones and where they actually fall into the bowl. So, example figure 1, the red indicator stone is nearest to the white stone, which is in this castle of stone. A material monetary sacrifice to the white goddess is called for here. The white stone and the black stone are far apart in the bowl, so the sacrifice must be large. I like this. Figure 2, the red indicator stone is nearest to the black stone, which is in the spiral castle, so no sacrifice is necessary for this working. Now, figure 3, the red indicator stone is nearest to the black stone in the castle of revelry. A sacrifice of abstinence is called for in honor of the black goddess. The black and white stones are near to each other in the bowl, so the sacrifice is minimal. So that's really interesting. It's a really interesting way of doing things. I really, really like that. I really like this. I think. So we have the stone bowl, and now we have witches' stones. So we did go over witches' stones, but not, let's see. I love the stone bowl, so that's definitely what I'm going to use. Alright, now we have a bunch of different meanings for the hag stones, the god stones, all of them. So, the casting stones are used in conjunction with the stone bowl to divine appropriate sacrifice before an act of magic. So, and hopefully everybody has these stones. So, we have the hag stone. So the hag stone is any stone with a natural hole through it. Small versions of this hag stone may be strung on cords and worn for luck. I have a ton of them. Large hag stones have been used to peer through and to see into the other realms. The largest hag stones are used to promote prosperity and fertility by crawling through the hole. The hag stone represents the feminine magical principle, also known as the holy stone. Now the god stone is any single standing stone set in the ground. These stones are phallic in appearance and in nature. They are often used as an axis for charting the mill and laying the compass. They also serve as markers and conduits for the natural dragon energy in the land. So the god stone represents the masculine magical principle. Now we have the oath stone. This is a certain stone used by witches to bind them to Tubal Cain and the mighty dead of their craft, creating the red thread. So the oath stone is kept at the base of the stane, or staff, and is sometimes represented as an anvil. Wouldn't that be like an anchor, kind of? No. Maybe, I don't know. We have the Troy stone. Okay, is a stone and with a spiral and a serpentine markings or carvings upon it. It's used to mark portals in liminal space and to bind spirits, also known as the gate stone. The fairy stone. A stone with a small depression in the surface in which liquid offerings can be made to the spirits of the land and the ancestors, also known as the cup stone, and those are everywhere here too. The sunstone is a clear quartz crystal used to hold or direct energy or for scrying, in which case it is known as a keek stone. These are really interesting. These are very, very, very important to work with, especially in traditional witchcraft, Tubal Cain. So we have the sunstone, thunderstone, a flint arrowhead created by the ancestors. So if you can find one, and if you do, make sure you leave an offering and thank them. So, where'd I go? It was one thought that these stones came from lightning strikes, and that they could protect against storms, also known as elf shot. Okay, so the touchstone is a volcanic stone with a slight magnetic charge used in the construction of the besom, also known as balanite or basalt. Would that be like I don't know what I'm trying to... black tourmaline? Maybe? I don't know. So, alright, the toadstone. It's a mythical stone of great virtue said to be found in the head of a toad. So it may actually refer to the toad bone, a specific bone in the skeleton of a toad that confers magical abilities on its bearer. And I do have a toad that's been installed for a couple of years, and I know it's ready, and I just don't want to... I can't do that. So the bezoar is a stone found in the stomach of some mammals. The bezoar is said to bestow great magical virtue on its bearer, including protection from poison. So that is really, really interesting. I like this. I really like what's going on here, especially with the different stones and the stone bowl. I think that's really, really neat. So what do you guys think? Are you guys gonna incorporate any of this into your magical workings? I think it'd be pretty interesting. I think it would be pretty interesting, but yes, I do like that, and I will be making that, and when I do, I will video it. So I know you guys like the oil blending videos, all those other videos, so. But, alright guys, I love you all very much, and I'm going to see you guys tomorrow, because I feel like shit. All the way from Venus, all the way back down. So, alright guys, I love you, and thank you guys for watching, and everybody have a good day.